probabilistic approaches have appeared in a field where you should be aware there are a lot of existing work. And this kind of results are actually today allowing to have airplane flying, for instance. One limitation they have today is that the problem has become much more complex and some of the results could not be extended. And only in these cases, people are looking at other approaches like the probabilistic approaches. For instance, the first results we had was something around 2005 with a patent application, I think 2016 in Europe and then 2018 in US or North America. And finally, you have today a startup that exists with actually a qualification being written for these systems like 2005 to 2022, which is 70 years. So people should be aware this is a long path. But it's not because this environment is conservative. It's more that we do this only if we need it. And this is why today probabilistic approaches are alternatives where other approaches could not be used in reality. European research groups today are those that have dedicated the first efforts with respect to the application of probabilistic approaches for studying these time-critical embedded systems. And probably this pioneer approach, so we're talking about 2000 to 2010, in reality results, have been indeed mainly appeared in Europe. Probably motivated by the fact that European avionics industry is building an ecosystem today where they encourage new initiatives. And this is probably the strength of also all this very strong collaboration between the academia and the industry. And so I belong to those groups that actually worked on those kind of approaches very early. I don't know if you were lucky or just that the fact that there were very strong relation between academia and industry. But clearly today, Europe has a very strong advantage in designing such system applying probabilistic approaches. Within the European ecosystems, there are many companies working not only with Airbus, but Thales and other industry working on this, like space industry, for instance. And these spin-offs, they are usually coming from research institutes. In our case, we have funded one as a spin-off of INRIA 3 years ago. And probably the main motivation was the fact there are two motivations. One is that some of our industrial collaborators were saying that they would like to test this as an industrial prototype. So another level of implementation, which the public research is not actually eager to fund it because it's not its purpose in reality. And this is a request of these collaborators. We started to work on this prototype that became industrial. Then you have the choice of transferring this technology to other existing companies. But you need a lot of funding to do this in order to invest. And so today, within the European ecosystem, it's easier to have a new company proposing a new technology because you have a lot of subventions, a lot of support from France and European community. And this explains actually why we went for creation of a startup. It's just something like a compromise between two different choices that we had.